Now we're going to have our second reader. There she is. Okay. This is Annette. Makino is a haiku poet and artist based in Arcata, California, who combines Japanese-inspired painting and collages with her poems. Her work has appeared in the leading English-language haiku journals, and her poems have won honors in the Touchstone Awards, the Henderson Haiku Contest, the Brady Senru Contest, among others. Annette's book on haiga, Water and Stone, won an honorable mention in the HSA's Merit Book Awards. She is one of the featured poets in the New Renaissance 13. Through her art business, Makino Studios, she shares her haiga and offers greeting cards, calendars, and books of her art. So here she is.
Anyhow, thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor, and I'm happy to see so many friendly faces. I'm mainly going to present my haiga for this time, so I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to show two different batches of haiga. The first one is my watercolor haiga that I did over a period of 10 years. And I wanted to show you the tools of the trade. So for the sumi ink part, I grind my ink in an inkstone with a little water. So you can see that on the left. And then I use these bamboo brushes. And on the right, you can see a part of the watercolor set I use. This is Japanese Gansai paint. It's a little bit more opaque and vibrant than Western watercolors. Cowlick, some part of me still wild. The jingle of the dog's tags, wild currant in bloom. Plain brown bulb, the mystery of becoming. These are organized roughly seasonally. Lines of foam, over and over the sea, writes its story. This one's significant to me because it's the first haiku I had accepted into Frog Pond, so I felt like I had finally made it. Mountain meadow, 10,000 ways to open into grace. Spiral labyrinth, still hoping for a shortcut to enlightenment. I wrote this one at the Seebeck Haiku Getaway one year when we built labyrinths with Margaret McGee, and this haiku came to mind. Breeze through the oaks, something's still right with the world. A question answered with a question, plucking hens. Maybe not everyone has the same sound in their minds as I do of the sound chickens make, but what I'm thinking of is that so many wishes, the weight of a dandelion. Our easy silence, every puddle, sky deep. Bend in the river, the obstacles that form us. For better or for worse, our lights and darks tumbling together. Mouth of the river, an ever-changing story told to the sea. Empty bowl. I explain daylight savings to the dog. Redwood time, the steady journey from earth to sky. Evening stars, one by one counting our blessings. Fox tracks, who was I before I was tamed? The time we are given, sparks rise through darkness to join the stars. Water and stone, how we shape each other. I think this is the last one in this series. Fog-shrouded coast, we listen to the view. So I have 50 of those watercolor haiga collected in my book, Water and Stone, along with 15 haibun. And it's available on Amazon or makinostudios.com. Next, I want to give you a sampler of my collage haiga, which I started doing in 2020 during the pandemic. My art business sort of went on slow or pause during the pandemic, so I had some time to experiment with new techniques. So this is just a glimpse of the art studio setup where I'll take white paper, often washi papers from Japan, and then paint them the colors I want. And then each of those plastic bins is a different color. And then I'll tear them and glue them into the shapes I need. So here's a piece in progress. I've painted the colors I wanted. And here's that piece. A flowering plum, a fisherman, knee-deep in spring. Flowering plum, a fisherman, knee-deep in spring. These are, this batch is seasonal as well. Baby sparrow, the thin line between falling and flying. Swirls of confetti from the cherry trees. Festival day. This is kind of fun because I used vintage Japanese stamps for the blue lanterns at the lower level. What remains of the mountain, sand between my toes. Before us and long after, curling waves. Dawn's early light, the neighbor's peacock tunes up. Dream journal, the parts of us that rise from the deep. Wind blowing up river, one of the ripples becomes an otter. Cloud, sun, cloud are restless shadows. Deep river, the places that call us home. Long before language, the S of the river. Dogwood blossoms, the catch and release of evening light. Summer cabin, all night the rooster announcing dawn. Woodland edge, how to stay true to our nature. Kids all grown, we train the sweet peas up the trellis. Telephone pole, the woodpeckers still using Morse code. Morning hike, my face undoing the spider's work. Garden rose bush, we leave the bouquet growing. Sun-striped path, the forest's outbreath fills our lungs. Edge of the woods, the art of slipping between worlds. To accept the things I cannot change, outgoing tide. To love this body just as it is, twisted shore pines. Bright green needles on the fire-scarred redwood, what we've each survived. Purple fingers, finding the sweetness among the thorns. All that I am, still unfolding, cherry tree in autumn. Sideways rain, a stranger's umbrella brushes mine. Fog becoming redwoods, becoming fog. Parallel worlds, the stack by my bed. Whose woods these are, the barred owl hooting to the stars. Tendrils of fog, I follow a thread back into the dream. Hunger moon, a descendant of wolves, licks our plates. Ponderosas, the soft thud of snow, landing on snow. Waiting for whales, we settle for the ocean. To everything a season, persimmons taking their own sweet time. Yeah, so for the last 12 years or so, I've done a little mini calendar every year of my haiga, and these are available from Makino Studios as well. And they're selling local stores, which is nice because it introduces a lot of people to haiga and haiku who wouldn't necessarily be familiar with them.
Thank you. That was really great.
Thank you.
What a nice read.
Thank you so much. Feel free to unmute at this point.
Yes, everyone can unmute.
Thank you, Annette. Those were spectacular. Really inspired me.
Makes me want to write haiku.